Hello and welcome back. Today I think we might have an hopefully interesting and exciting battle between Dark Elves and our vampire counts. I think out of the 50 possible combinations of our 10 armies, if you don't count the lizard men, we've probably played around 15 to 20, and we are going to do 5 other battles before we move on to our Lizardman escalation campaign, and maybe 1,500 points, although we might be still doing some mistakes. The last 5 1,000 point battles planned are Vampire Counts versus Ogre Kingdoms, Bretonnia versus Dark Elves, High Elves versus Skaven, Dark Elves versus Wood Elves, and the last of them, Ogre Kingdoms versus the Empire.
Okay guys, these are my 997 points of Dark Elves. The small Dark Elves host is led by a level 2 sorceress. I already rolled for the spells of the Lore of the Black Magic, and I went for the signature spell Doombolt and got also Blade Wind, so rather 2 offensive spells which hopefully will harm the Vampire Counts army. From the core section I have 2 regiments. First the 10-man unit of Dark Shards with their iconic repeater crossbows and a musician as in the command section. And furthermore, the first appearance in a battle today are 20 Witch Elves, which were quite tricky to put on the basis because they are so dynamic and in motion, so it's really tough to put them in the regiment base. But nevertheless, I hope I play into this battle, don't make too much mistakes, because they have a lot of special rules. For example, they have 2 hand weapons, our friends have poison attacks, so I hope I won't forget any of their special abilities. Furthermore, from the special section, also the first time they appear in a battle are my executioners. As you can see, 16, wielding two-handed swords and are armored by heavy armor, and they have also the death blow special rule.
I wish I had a warp flamethrower and a warp lightning cannon in a Skaven army.
Furthermore, as maybe if you watched our last battle report, I included the repeater bolt thrower once again, which is able to shoot a single spear or 6 separate bolts with strength 4 and armor piercing. And finally, should I call them trusty? I don't know. The stupid cold ones, including the knights. Great. Yeah, they paid off. Yeah. But let's see how they perform in today's battle. The 5 cold ones, including the knights.
They nearly succeeded in killing the Frostheart last time, didn't they? I think when they charged in, they caused 1 or 2 wounds.
The Frostheart Phoenix, I think, completely wiped out the darkness. But that's my almost 1,000 points army of Dark Elves.
Okay, and today I am allowed to play one of Alex's armies, the Vampire Counts. First of all, we've got one choice from the Lord section. It's a Master Necromancer, the Talisman of Preservation, level 3 Law of Vampires. And right next to him, from the hero section, we've got a vampire. The vampire has got a magic sword, giving him another 2 attacks, heavy weapon, and I added a steed, and it's level 1 Law of Vampires as well. And we've got Red Rage, I think.
Red Fury.
Red Fury is a vampire power, and the other stuff is already included. Then I've got several core choices, the first of them being 2 regiments of zombies, one of them 20, the other one 31 strong. And I've got a regiment, the third choice of the core section, Skeleton Warriors, including full command, 20 of them. And I've got 1 regiment from the special section of the army book, and these are the Grave Guard. They include full command. They've got a special banner of the Barrows, which allows them, which gives them a +1 to hit, and they've got Death Blow as well. Okay, and that's it. I've got 1 point more than Alex. I've got 998 points. I'm really excited, and I'm sure I'll forget many of the special rules because, as I've already mentioned,
I will remind you.
Yeah.
Okay, and these are the spells of the vampire.
I was lucky, because when we rolled for the spells, I think I didn't know what I rolled, but it was clear to me that he should have Invocation, and he, the Master Necromancer, was lucky and rolled 3 3s, so I was able to choose whichever powers I wanted, and chose Invocation, Curse of the Years, and Gaze of Nagash. Okay, and this is our standard table. As you can see, I put my vampire into or at the side of the regiment, but he's included of the Grave Guard, the small unit of zombies, including the Master Necromancer, is in the middle between the Grave Guard and the large zombie regiment, and there's my small regiment of the 20 skeletons at the other flank.
Okay, the Dark Elves have deployed as follow. On my left flank is the Repeater Bolt Thrower, then the Executioners, the Witch Elves, the Dark Shards including the Sorceress, and on my right flank are the Cold One Knights. As I've got more regiments, Marcus began with deployment and of course finished first, so he got +1 for the start of the battle. I've got 4, Marcus got 3. Okay,
so you're first.
So the Dark Elves start with the battle. Okay guys, that's the end of the movement phase of the Dark Elves after their first turn. As you can see, my Repeater Bolt Thrower remains stationary. My 3 regiments in the center line moved 5 inches towards the enemy. And my Cold Ones didn't pass their stupidity test, but it was in a rather good manner because they only stumbled 6 inches forward.
Straight ahead.
But normally I didn't pass this test when I'm in reach of the enemy and want to charge, but this time it's quite tolerable.
And at least you've kept your banner, which you may use once.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we already checked the distances for my Sorceress. She's out of range with her 2 spells. So we skipped the magic phase and immediately went for the shooting phase. Therefore my Dark Shards shoot at the smaller zombie regiment, and they've got 20 shots in total, but because they moved that are multiple shots and long distance, they suffer a -3 to hit penalty, meaning normally they will hit on 3+ with the ballistic skill of 4, so now they will only hit on 6s. So let's see. Oops. If I kill some zombies nevertheless.
I can see
3
lots
hits.
of 6s already. Yeah.
With a strength 3 versus toughness 3 is forced to kill. So 1 zombie down. First blood goes to the Dark Elves.
Didn't like this one anyway.
Okay.
And your second war machine.
Repeater bolt thrower targets this unit as well with 6 shots. And it has a ballistic skill of 4, meaning hitting on 3s, but it remains stationary, and it's not multiple shots.
So it's only long range.
So it's hitting on 4s. So 3 hits with a strength of 4,
toughness 3 on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. So 2 more zombies down. Okay. That's the end of the shooting phase and also the end of the hand-to-hand combat phase, because as you can see there is no hand-to-hand combat yet. So that's the end of my first turn.
Okay, and we are back after the movement phase of my turn 1. As you can see, I've done a mixture of marching and normal movement, which hopefully prevents me from the attack of Alex Cold Ones. My largest regiment advanced right in the middle, and I hope I'll be able to do some invocation for the benefit of these 2 regiments. And we had a kind of rule question, because we didn't know if invocation works within 6 or 12, depending on which version I use, of the target regiment, or within 6 or 12 inches of the wizard casting it. So maybe you can write a comment, because up to now we've played it that it's all regiments within 6 inches of the caster. But if you take a close look at the German army book, it says it's 6 inches around the targeted unit. But let's see. Okay, and I'll also try to do Curse of the Years and Gaze of Nagash if I get enough.
Okay, so
dice.
For the Winds of Magic. Ooh.
And I'll try to channel twice. Oh, I've got a 6.
Okay,
so now I've got
10 dice in total.
10 and you've got 6.
6.
Plus 1 attempt.
Plus 1. Oh yeah, 1 channel.
I've got 10 and you've got 7.
I've got 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are my power dice. And you got 10. Okay, then you can start. If you want to discuss.
I think first of all it's most important to blow up my own units with a spectacular miscast. Okay, first of all I'll do 4 dice. 4 dice being the shooty one, the Gaze of Nagash, onto your shards.
Okay.
I think 2d6 strength 4 hits.
Okay. So just roll.
4 dice.
So 15.
Yeah.
I try to dispel it with 4 dice as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more than 6. 18.
But now you've got only 3 dice left. Whereas I've got 6. So I'll use my next 3 dice on invocation with my main sorcerer. So I only need 6 for invocation, and I've got 7 plus 3, 10.
Okay.
So let me have it. Okay, so now I think I get...
You have to roll for each unit.
Okay, not for this
not
one.
Not for the Graveguard, because they cannot
Okay.
exceed...
So it's D6 for them. So it's 5 plus 3, so it's another 8.
Yeah. Maybe we just write it on a
Yeah,
book. That
easier. And I rolled for the other one. The other one is 2 plus 3 is 5.
And there are 5 more zombies. Okay.
Well, this was a successful turn. And now my last one, I've got 3 dice left. And this time I'd like to do the Curse of the Years, and there are only 2 units within range. I think both of them are terrifying, whereas on the other hand, some of my units cause fear or terror. Yeah? And I think you might have to take some tests later on. Okay, I try. Who should I try? Are your witches faster than your executioners? No, the same?
No, I think they can move.
Okay, so I just roll.
On whom you're playing?
Let's say the executioners.
Executioners. Okay.
Oh, it's not a bad roll. I've got 6, 10, 13, 16, and you've got 3 dice left. All you can do is use them now. Yeah. And then maybe even a scroll. I roll dice for each of your models, and in case of a 6, you're dead. And next...
And remains in play.
Yeah.
And next turn is a 5 plus
And then
4
it's
plus
a
and
5
so on and so
yeah.
forth. Then I use my Dispel Scroll from the Sorcerers.
Okay.
Okay. That was the magic phase, I suppose.
And we'll be back after your second, or the movement phase of your second turn.
Okay, it's the end of the second movement turn of the Dark Elves. As before, my cold ones remained stupid.
Last time you rolled double 5 and now double 6.
Yeah, so they shambled 1 inch towards the enemy lines at least. My Dark Shards as well as the Repeater Bolt Thrower remained stationary in order to shoot, whereas my Witch Elves passed leadership test in order not to charge the zombies because they are principally in charge range.
Yeah. But you might have
My
caused a lot of havoc.
Executioner moved both 5 inches towards the enemy lines. Okay, on to the magic phase. So 9 dice for me, 5 for you.
And I try my 2 channels. No.
And 1 channel for the Dark Elves. No. Okay, so 9 dice for me, 5 for you.
Another coward attempted slaying my brave zombies.
Okay, let's... Let's even arrange the Graveguard. Okay, then...
Are you sure?
Yeah. I will perform the Plate Wind onto the Graveguard.
Okay.
With 4 dice. 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 2 is 10. So it would be successfully cast.
Okay, and then you've got how many dice left?
5. And this would cause... You have to roll for each model in your unit against your weapon skill. And if you don't pass the test, you will receive a Strange Void with armor piercing.
I'll try... maybe I'll only try two dice because
It's your
I'm
decision.
level 3. And what was your other psychic power or wizard?
The Doom Bolt.
The Doom Bolt.
2d6 hits with Strange 5.
Oh, this is even
They're
worse.
both
Yeah.
rather good spells. Okay.
I try 2 dice with my Master Necromancer. Oh, this is bad now. I've got 8 and you've got 10. Okay, so this one is through and I've wasted 2 dice. Yeah.
Then you have to pass a weapon skill test for each model. So 20 times.
Okay, I've got 20. Grave God is weapon skill 3. So every 4, 5 or 6 will result in a strength 4 hit against my toughness 4.
Yeah.
Let's do
20
10
times.
Yeah. 5.
Why don't you put the dice on the table so you can...
Okay, so another 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. From 1 to 3 there, okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3,
Okay,
5 are
hits.
affected.
And then another 10.
Another 5, so 10.
And your army commander is included 1 dice more. Okay, so 11 hits.
So he's inflicted as well.
11 strength 4 hits.
Okay, 1 on my...
No, I think they're
Vampire.
distributed to the
Okay.
11 hits in total.
Okay, 11, strength 4 versus toughness 4.
4 plus. It's a lot.
Should be 8.
8. Okay, 8 wounds.
8 wounds, and I'm not allowed to...
With armor piercing.
Okay, so it's -1 and -1 for strength 4, so it's -2. And I've got heavy armor and shield, which is... So it's on 6s, basically. Yeah, 4 plus to 6 plus.
6 plus.
No. So 8 are dead. Oop. And we've got another...
I don't know if they can use their shields.
Not against psychic powers.
Okay,
Not
no,
like-
no. Okay, 8.
One
Dead. Okay.
And the even more dangerous one is still to come with the 2d5. I've only 3 dice left to try and...
Yeah, then I try the Doom Bolt
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
on the large zombie regiment.
Okay.
But I think I only use 4 dice. Hopefully not rolling some miscast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll use all of my 3, so you've got 5, 9,
15.
10, 15. I've got 3 dice plus
15 in total.
3.
No.
It's bad. Yeah.
Okay, then 2d6.
Okay, 3 strengths.
Okay, 3 stand 5 hits versus toughness 3, 2s to kill.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 zombies down.
The large one?
But maybe there are 5 additional zombies. So let's put 3 zombies there and 2 are killed.
Okay.
No, 3 of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I'd already removed, it said +5, and I'd already removed the 2 dead ones.
No.
So I get 5 back.
No, we just got 5 from there and those 2 are killed by the magic spell now.
Oh, sure? Okay.
Okay, that's the end of the magic phase. Quite good for me, I think, because of the Grave God. And then on to the shooting. Okay, my dark shards will shoot at this zombie regiment.
Yeah.
This time hitting on 5s because they didn't move. With a strength 3
versus 3s
toughness
and
is
4s.
forced to kill. So 1, 2, 2 more down. And my repeater ball thrower hits the Graveguard
Yeah.
with 6 shots in total, hitting on 4s. So 3 hits. With a strength of 4 with toughness 4 is forced to wound. Oh, that's good. 3 wounds.
And they
With
are.
armor piercing.
So it's
minus
another
2.
case of 6s.
3 times 6 up. Okay, 3 more down.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the end of the shooting phase, and as there's not a hand-to-hand combat yet, that's the end of my second turn.
Okay, and we are back after my second movement phase. As you can see, the skeletons just stumbled forward a little towards the cold ones, whereas my zombies were brave and charged the witches. We are both really excited concerning the outcome. Yeah.
Because the first time, as mentioned, I play the witches.
And my army commander's small regiment of zombie followed within 6 inches. And they just moved a little, I think, sidewards. Okay, so first of all, we've got our magic phase. 2 dice. 1 and 5. And I try to channel twice. 6.
I try to channel once. No. Okay, you got
7.
7, I got 5.
7 versus 5.
And I have no dispel scroll left.
So, this time, first of all, the Necromancer Lord will use 3 dice on the Curse of Years stuff, and I think I'll target you Executioners once more. That's a lot. That's 10, 13, 16, I think. And I think it's cost. Yeah, I only need 12 for Curse of the Years.
Try to dispel it with all my dice.
Yeah.
How many? What was your value?
16.
Okay, 2 6s, so it's
Yeah.
dispelled. But I have no power dice left.
Okay, and now me, I've got 4 out of my 7 left. So first of all, I think my vampire is going to do a small Nehek.
It's just 1 dice. Okay.
Can't more than fail.
And he did fail.
What is it? 4, okay.
Plus
It's
1.
5, I would have needed 6. And now I've got 3 dice left, so my Master Necromancer will do Invocation using 2 dice. Oh, come on. Just 1. Yeah.
That's cast successfully.
So, and this should mean 1, 2, 3, 4 units get additional members. And
Not
the
this
other
one,
one,
not because
Okay.
I can't exceed it.
Okay.
Except of the zombies.
but I can, and I've succeeded in casting a vampire power, so I get immediately 1 wound back. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd like to do the Gaze of Nagash as well,
Let's just roll for the outcome of the
because I've won.
invocation.
Okay.
Okay, for this zombie regiment. 1d6 plus 3, so 4.
4 additional ones.
Just write it there, if you
Yeah.
can see it. Okay, for this
And
zombie regiment.
they've already got +8, and
Oh,
now another
another
8, so you can
8. Oops, sorry.
cross it out and write 16. Yeah.
Almost bigger than the...
And now is an important one. 5 plus 3 is 8. And I've done another 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
5,
almost completely filled up.
6,
Except of
7, 8.
Okay.
So, and now I've got 2 dice left. And I'd like to do the third
of
one,
Nagash.
the Gaze of Nagash,
Okay.
onto your executioners.
Okay.
4 and 5 plus 3 is 8, and I would have needed 9. Okay, so you're really lucky because otherwise you would have 2d6
a lot of
strength,
hits,
4 and so on.
It's
Yeah.
not bad. Okay, that's the end of the magic phase. There is no shooting phase, so we can immediately commence with the
Yeah.
close combat phase.
Okay, you've got 10, 30 attacks, I think. 10, maybe even a champion with more attacks. No, only the supporting ones can only do 1 attack. So you've got 5 times multiplied by 3 is 15, 16 for the champion, 16 plus 5 is 21 attacks.
From the second rank, you have only 1 attack,
Yeah.
even if you're frenzied.
There's always only 1 attack. Only monstrous infantry can use its full amount of attacks
Okay,
from
so
the
that's
second.
5 attacks from the second row,
Yeah,
and from the front row,
you've got 3 times 5 plus 1 for the champion.
so 16
Yeah.
from the front row is a total of 21.
And if you have hatred, you may reroll, but I'm not sure.
No, they have only hatred against the
Okay.
high elves.
And you needn't do a fear test because you're frenzied.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay, just roll.
most of the rules have been interpreted
21.
correctly.
So, well, they have a weapon skill of 4 versus 1, so they will hit on 3s. Okay,
And what about poison before you roll?
and yeah, they have poison attack, so I don't need to roll for the strength toughness for this one.
Okay.
And now I've got, unfortunately, only a strength of 3.
Versus my toughness 3 and 4.
Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8 zombies dead.
Yeah.
4, 2 is 8 in total. Okay, well, not so bad. Maybe it would
I
be.
think they would. I feared they would even hit much harder.
Maybe it would be a good idea if you spread them a little bit wider in the front rank, so maybe 7 or so that they can really that the additional attacks can really pay off from the front rank. Okay, now it's your turn.
I don't have a champion. They've got a weapon skill of 1, so they'll probably hit on the 5s.
Yeah, 5, of course.
1, 2,
10 times.
10.
Okay, hitting on 5s. So 4 hits. And I think they've got a strength of
3 versus
3
your
versus
3s on 4s.
wounding on 4s, meaning killing on 4s
Oh.
because there's no armor.
None of them.
Luckily.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You did
I
8
killed
wounds.
8, but you charged.
Yeah. And I think
I've got
both.
3 rings, you've got 3 rings.
Yeah.
So I won the combat by 7. So
Normally
7 more
I'd
went
be
down,
steadfast because I've got the larger or more ranks
but it doesn't.
and would be allowed to use my normal leadership
So
value.
7 more
Yeah.
are gone. Okay, that's the end of the combat phase and at the end of your second turn, I think. Okay guys, that's the end of the third turn of the Dark Elves at the end of the movement phase.
Yeah.
My repeater both throw remains stationary. My executioners charged into the graveguard successfully, as
Yeah,
you
we
can
said
see.
this the steps wouldn't obstruct movement.
Yeah. The witch elves are still entangled in close combat with the zombie regiment. The dark shards, including the sorcerers, remained where they are. And finally, in the third round, the Cold War Knights passed the stability test, so they can
Made a
move
full
freely
7-inch move.
not directly towards the enemy unit, but behind the destroyed building. So maybe they can sweep around next turn. Okay, on to the magic phase. Interestingly, didn't had a miscast yet.
Not yet.
Okay, so it's 8 dice for me and
I
4
can
for you.
still do 2 channels, none of them.
Try to channel as well, no? Okay, so 8 dice, let's see. My sorceress tries once again the plate wind against the skeletons with let's take 4 dice.
How much do you need?
9.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. 10, 18, 20 in total, so it would be cast successfully. That means they have to pass a weapon skill test.
Just have to look it up.
I think they have only 2 the skeletons.
So
But
it's a
maybe
it's a 1/3 chance of surviving. No, I let you have it because you rolled really high, and I don't think I'll beat it with my 4 dice.
okay. Nevertheless, we have to check it for the skeleton. Because they have a weapon skill of 2.
So we've got 20 rolls.
Okay, I can roll with my 20 dice. So
Okay.
I have to pass. So each roll, except 1 or 2, they're a hit. Ooh, a lot of 2s and 1s. Okay. And then they receive a strange 4 hit.
With
Meaning
toughness.
they will wound on 3. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 7 hits with -2 armor value. So I think the 7 are dead.
I've got light armor and
Actually.
shield, so it's 5 plus -2 is.
Okay, 7 skeletons down.
Okay.
And I've got 4 dice left. And then I try. Let's check if they're in range. 18? No. Okay, then I try to perform the Doom Bolt
Okay.
onto the skeleton as well.
This
with
time I'll try.
only
Yeah.
3 dice. Yeah. So it would be
I try
13.
4 with my.
13.
I've got 9, 10,
15, yeah.
11,
Okay.
and 3.
Okay.
So you've got
that's,
it.
yeah, that's the end of the magic phase. The dark shards try to shoot the skeletons, but only the outer 2 can hit because
Yeah.
they can't see the enemy.
We agreed on true line of sight.
Okay. So 8 shots in total, hitting on 5s. So 3 hits with a strength of 3 versus toughness 3, wounding on 4s. So 1 wound with -1
So
due
I've
to armor piercing.
got a 6 plus save. Yep.
Okay.
And you can still
finally
fire
my-
your bolt thrower.
My bolt thrower. I think we'll also target the skeletons this time.
Yeah.
With 6 single shots, hitting on 4s. Okay, only 3 hits, but this time it's strength 4 versus toughness 3, meaning 3s to wound. Yeah. With -2, so 3 more skeletons down. I'll put them near the regiment because maybe you can invocate them next
I
time.
think there's 1 turn of invocations left.
Okay,
Okay.
that is the
We've got 2 close
end
combats.
of the shooting phase. Let's start with the witch elves again. So we said there were 21 attacks in total, hitting on 3s. Okay, they have poison attacks, so those are automatically wounds.
Isn't this one the one for our round?
Yeah. And
Okay.
then they have a strength of 3 versus toughness 3, so wounding on force. And I can reroll the 1
Okay.
for the murderous prowess. No. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 zombies in total killed. Oh, this one.
One may remain here.
Okay.
So now it's
Time
got
to strike back, so 10 attacks.
okay, the first 5 on 5s. Yeah, 3 of them. This was quite lucky, but on the other hand, they won't be able. So 3 of them, and the next 5.
Okay, 4 hits.
4 hits.
Killing 1 4.
4 on 4s. What we had last time, but last time
2
nobody died. Yeah.
down. Okay, so I killed 10 and have 2 ranks is 12. You killed 2 is 10, have 1 rank is 9, so I won by 9, so 9 more down. That are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Okay, 2 zombies are left. And the first casualty is for the Dark Elves.
I think this time it should be a larger version of Nehek.
Okay, then the next close combat. So, let's check it. My executioners wielding a 2-handed sword, meaning they will strike last, but they also have the special rule strike first always, so these 2 rules are cancelled out. And I've got an initiative of 5, so
I've got
maybe
6.
your vampire
My
strikes first.
Vampire would go first, and his horse probably
Not.
at the end, and your executioners before my grave god.
Yeah, I think so.
So.
You can check the grave god if what initiative 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, first the vampire has 6 attacks with his special magic sword.
6.
And skill 6 versus 5, hitting on 3s. No,
on 2s because of the banner.
Banner of the Barrow, yeah. That's quite
Oh, 1,
good.
1. So I've got 5 hits.
Really good, yeah.
5 hits, strength 5 versus your toughness somewhat is on 2+. No 1. So -2, you're dead. 5 of them, and I've got another 5 attacks.
Yeah. Oh, the vampire is quite a
Well, I
monster.
think he's the only one capable of really harming you.
And the roller quite good this time.
Yeah. Now another 5
additional
attacks,
with
hitting
Red
on
Fury.
2s. No 1, that's great.
And killing on 2.
And killing on 2s. Yep. This time we've got 1, 1. And another 4. This was a great output. Yeah.
Just look what the vampire alone killed and
this is really
executioners.
I think they might survive.
Okay, yeah, of course they survive. There's no question. So, I've got
Probably 8 attacks from the executioners, 5
5
plus champion.
plus champion plus 2 from the second rank. Weapon skill 5 versus, I think it's lower from the grave god. I think they have 4 or 3.
I've got a weapon skill of 3.
Okay, meaning I hit on
3s.
3s. Okay, that's good. And strength 6, I think wounding on 2s.
No, it's 5. On your strengths, my strengths 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. So on 2s.
And this is a death blow, so no armor save.
Okay. And your strength 6, so I don't have any armor, but I've got still my
Shields.
parries. So you've got 6, and
Can
I've
you
got
parry against the death blow?
Just look it
I'm
up.
not sure
I
if you
rolled.
have-
No.
Yeah,
Because it's not an armor save, it's a kind of ward save.
yeah. You can use a ward save against it.
Okay.
That's the 6
Wouldn't have a
times.
6 anyway. Okay, 1.
5 are down.
5 are down.
Oh my god, I lose the combat.
5 are down. So I've got only 2 ranks left.
Okay, so you can strike back with your horse and the remaining grave card.
5
So 10
champion
guys.
6 and 5 is 11. Now we can roll the horse. So it's 12. I think they're similar.
Weapons
Strength
scale
4.
Versus 5, normally they will hit on 4s, but due to the banner they will hit on 3s.
First 6. This was bad. Only 3.
Hits.
And the next 6, including the horse. Another bad roll.
4, so 7 hits in total.
Yeah. It's strength 4 versus toughness 3 probably. So on 3s.
Okay. What's a wound?
But I've got death blow as well. So 1 is dead, I think. And the other 3 have a -1 armor save, so on 6s.
Armor save? No.
No.
Oh, that was
So another 3.
quite disastrous.
So how many models did you lose?
I lost by 10,000, so
Yeah,
I
just
have to
roll. If you don't have double 1.
No, okay, they're fleeing. Do you pursue it?
I'll follow.
Okay, then I roll how far I will flee. So 10 inches.
And Alex has already done his fear roll before charging. We didn't forget it.
Okay, so I ran 10 inches. And you?
I'll follow. 7.
Okay, let the dice remain here so we clear up the battlefield, and that's the end of my 3rd turn.
Okay, we are back at the end of the movement phase of my 3rd turn. I'm not sure if everything was played correctly because we faced lots of rare situations. Okay, first of all, my unit of Graveguard, including the vampire, tried to charge the 3 remaining executioners, and the executioners chose to flee and therefore ran through my unit
and through the witch elves.
and the witch elves. And
So we checked for a panic test for the witch elf because a fleeing unit passed to a friendly unit, and they passed the test. And
but they are
they
frenzied.
ran through the zombies. And we thought, or we figured out that they have to pass a test for dangerous terrain. So Marcus rolled 2 1s. So therefore only 1 executioner remains.
But you haven't lost a single point because there's 1 remaining at the moment. Yeah.
And your Graveguard is charged instead
I
into the witch elves
redirected because
they
I rolled 8
crashed
and
into the witch elves.
Yeah.
So hopefully we played this according to the rules.
And my vampire swapped position so that he's touching them and can do some damage. Okay, now on we go with our magic phase. 3 and 4 is 7, and I'll try to channel twice. No.
Okay.
You've got 4, I've got 7. Okay, the first thing I try to do, just let's measure first. It's within 6. Is it 6? Okay. So First of all, I'll try to do the shooty one. I think it's Gaze of Nagash. 3 dice onto this unit. Yeah, I've got it. 16.
Okay.
It's really high.
Yeah.
So, and these are 2d6 strength 4. And as I succeeded in casting,
Got one zombie back.
or 1 Graveguard. I think it's just 1 model within 12 inches.
Okay.
So one of them. So okay, 2d6 hits. So I've got 6 and 4 is 10 hits onto them. The shards. The first 5, strength 4 versus toughness 3 is on 3s. Okay, the next 5.
Oh my god, there were 6 ones in a...
Okay, so 3 are dead and 3 are enough for panic test, I hope. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, bad luck. Okay. And now I've got 4 dice left. And I think I'll use all of my 4 dice on invocation. So this unit, not of them, I think they are out of 6 inches, but my own unit and the skeletons this time will get some models back. I hope they'll get more models back than those who die from the miscast. If I try 4 dice. Okay, let's see. Maybe I don't get it at all.
Yeah, okay, try
If you roll
instead
double
because
sixes,
you don't have any dice left.
Okay, you've got 10, 19, and 1 is 20. And I've got 10, 14,
Nice.
15, and 3 is 18. So I didn't get it. And this, I think, was crucial because now my skeletons will be punished by your riders. Okay, but first of all, we've got 1 close combat left. I think you are going first, except for the vampire, maybe.
What is your initiative?
The vampire's initiative is 6.
Me as well.
Okay.
Which elves have a really high initiative, so they strike simultaneously.
Okay, but at least I strike it all with my 6 attacks. 6 attacks on 2s from the vampire. There's 1, but 5 on 2s. No 1, so 5 are dead, but may still remain because I do it simultaneously. And as 5 have died, I can do another 5 attacks. No 1, it's a 1 this time, once again. And 3. So I've got 5 and 1 is 6 if I... 6 dead? Okay.
Just piece of paper, so don't forget it, because they can strike back. But I think I can remove them because they are
If
the
they're the
last
third
rank, so
rank
they can't
on the last one.
strike. They're really beautiful models.
Yeah.
Okay,
And you've got your 21 attacks, your usual ones.
so those 2 can only strike at the zombies, I think.
So these are 4 attacks. No, 6 attacks. 6 out of your 21.
But maybe the... I use 3 of them to strike.
Okay,
Those
so
zombies?
9 attacks.
Those
9 attacks on 3s.
7 attacks from those 3. The 2 in the
Okay,
back.
1 from the second
No.
rank. Okay.
Also 2 in the front and this
Yeah.
1. Okay. So 2 hit. And they have poison
You should
attacks.
hit on 3s.
And wounding on 4s. Yeah. Okay, the 3 are dead, so they're wiped out completely.
Yeah.
But therefore the combat result, 2 of them. Okay, so With the rest, I strike at the unit.
Yeah.
Okay, those 3 have striked already, so I've got the champion in the front rank and
4 plus
2 other
6
guys.
is 10.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 from the second rank.
So 14 attacks. Probably I've got only a weapon skill
3.
of 3.
So hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, 6.
No.
That's not
And
good.
now you've
Now
got
it's-
your strength 3 versus my toughness 4.
That's bad. I'm only winning on 5s. But at least I can reroll the 1 from
Yeah.
Murderous Brass. Hey.
Okay, so how many have you got?
4.
4. And their strength?
3.
Okay, so now I've got 4 plus armor saves because of heavy armor and shield, followed by 4 6 plus parries. So 2 are done, and 2 have to pray. Yeah, 1. So 1 is dead. And now my horse. We said he was over there, so I've got the champion and 2 others. 4 attacks from the first rank and 3, 7 plus horse is 8 attacks.
Okay.
8 attacks on 3s, I think. 3 of them, and now 3, 6 strengths, 6 times strength 4 versus toughness 3.
3's to wound. Okay.
Yeah. All of them except for 1, so 5 are dead.
Five.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're beautiful models, but very, very dangerous too.
And I think it's another case because I've got 1 rank off the first one. It's another case of double 1s. No. So
Okay, they will flee.
you'll have to run. Yeah. And
take
I'll
pursuit.
follow.
Okay, so let's check the dice roll. Ooh, only 3. That's not so good. Double 1, come on. No, okay, they're wiped out completely. 5 inches.
Yeah.
Or 3 inches. Okay, I think that's the end of your turn.
And we'll be back
We
after
clean up the
your
battlefield.
4th movement phase.
Okay, that's the end of my 4th turn. My executioner didn't pass his leadership test. He needed a 2 because he's below 25%, which he didn't succeed, and he fled another, I think, 5 or 6 inch towards the battlefield. My sorceress has left her unit.
Heroically left her unit.
Because if the Grave God charges the unit in the flank, then I think she would be definitely wiped out. So he used the opportunity to surge towards the cover and maybe unleash some magic powers. My Cold One Knights passed their stupidity test and moved forward and turn a little bit in order to face the skeletons. Okay, on to the magic phase. Ooh, 10.
And I try to channel twice. No, so just 5 dice for me.
Try to channel once. No. Okay, 10 dice for me, 5 for you.
No.
Because there is no unit in my direction, I can use 5 dice, I think, for the...
Oh, you mean no unit close to you and you aren't afraid of a miscast? Yeah.
I use 5 dice blade wind onto the skeletons.
Okay.
Oh, it's cast. I think, yeah.
How much is it?
How much is it?
1, 2,
13.
4, 8, 11, 12, isn't it? Or did I miscount?
Okay,
2.
7, 9, 10, 11, plus 2 is 13.
Okay.
And she's using a
Oh,
it's
it's
better than
plus
magic,
2.
so
Yeah.
it's even +1.
Yeah.
So it's 14 indeed.
And this means you get 2d6 of strength
No.
for hits.
No, that's the...
Oh no, it was the
You
other
have
one.
your,
I had
you have your
to,
weapon
yeah,
skill test.
to roll 1s and 2s
And
in
then you
order to
get stretch
survive.
4 hits for each weapon skill test you didn't pass. So come on, Marcus.
I let you have it.
Okay, excellent. Then
10 dice rolls.
10 dice rolls, 5, I've got 5 left. Okay, weapon skill 2.
Okay,
So
8 of them
8
get a
hits.
hit. A strength
Strength 4
versus toughness 3s on 3s.
3s. So 2, 6 wounds.
6 are dead.
Minus
And
2.
I don't think I have got a save left.
Okay, 6 are
Okay,
dead.
and your
I
second.
got 5 dice left, so I try, of course, the Doom Bolt against the skeleton as well. It's cast successfully. I'll try to dispel it.
You, of course, all my dice.
2 6s. Okay, then I got 5, 9, 11, 15, 18, 20, 21.
Okay, that's more than me because I've got 10, 14, 15, 16 plus 3 is 19.
Okay, then they will receive
2d6.
2d6 hits. 4 hits. With
Well, if
strength
they're lucky, they might survive.
5.
One might
so
survive.
2 plus. Yeah. I completely
Okay.
dead.
On the
Wow.
armor gun.
I think the Dark Elves magic powers are really potent.
Points wise, you might have won because I've only got some points for the witches killed.
Yeah, and the executioners.
No, there's one left.
Yeah, but
the
it's
moment.
below 25 strength. Even if the battle is over and he's still on the field, it counts as destroyed.
If he doesn't succeed on rallying.
No, even if it's below
Okay.
25 strength at the end.
Are you sure? Because it says only for completely destroyed units. So they are gone.
Okay, then this was the magic phase. Then on to the shooting phase.
Yeah. Get a bolt thrower and the others.
Yeah, I think they can't see them because they're in the flank with 90 degrees. I can check it, but I think... Oh. So they will shoot at the zombies.
Yeah.
So that are 5 plus 2 is 7 in total, meaning 14 shots. Hitting on 5. So 5 hits, strength 3 versus toughness 3, so force to kill. So 2 zombies down. And my repeater bolt thrower tries to hit the grave guard.
Yeah. 6 times on force.
Maybe I can use it as a real bolt thrower this
Yeah.
time. Because if I hit the vampire, maybe.
Yeah, but he's got to look out the stuff.
I don't know. You have to check for each rank if
Yeah.
someone is impaled. Let's do the 6.
And if the
six
vampire
dice
succeeds
we-
in stopping your bolt, nobody else
That
is
is-
injured. Yeah.
Let's do the normal one. It's
Yeah.
not so complicated. Okay, but this time I think it will hit on 3s because they're
Okay.
in short range. It
Yeah.
doesn't move. But nevertheless, only
3
3
hits.
hits. Strength 4 versus toughness 4.
Some
What's
force.
the wound? No wound. Okay, shot. No close combat.
Yeah.
End of the 4th turn of the Dark Elves.
Okay. The end of my 4th movement phase, as you can see, they just turned a little, reformed in order to face both dangers, the enemy army commander, the witch, as well as the cold ones. And they attacked in the flank.
And I can't use my stand and shoot because the distance was too short.
Okay, so time for our magic
And I even
phase.
think if you charge in the flank, they can't use their stand and shoot. But
Probably.
we are not sure. Okay, 5 dice for you.
And
3
2.
for me.
Oh, I've got another one, a 6.
Oh, okay.
So I've got 6
6
versus
to
3.
3. Oh, I think my sorceress is prone
Okay.
to attack now.
First of all, I do 2 dice on Nagash.
Gaze
of Nagash from my Master Necromancer on your Army Commander. Let me have it.
Yeah, just roll. No?
Oh yeah, I
No,
would
you
have
can't
needed
do
9.
anything with
Now
the
I
Master
can't do
Necromancer.
the other one,
Oh,
the
that's-
Curse of Years, but I can still do.
Invocation with
Yeah.
the Vampire, but do you want to risk it?
Yeah, I rolled
Rolling.
3 dice.
Come on, Miss. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, then I try to dispel it.
Yeah,
because-
maybe you get double sixes. No.
Okay,
and
I
I
got 10
get-
plus 3 is
Yeah.
15. And what have you?
We'll have it. We have
What
to
a
look
6
it
and a
up.
5 plus 1 is 12.
Because I had 3 dice. We'll look it up and be back. Okay. We watched the video and saw that I had 15 in total,
14.
or 14, whereas Alex
got
had
15.
one more, 15, and so therefore the attempted invocation fails,
Therefore, you
And-
should always
yeah.
fill your battle reports.
and as both attempts at casting spells failed, I won't get an additional
You have
zombie or grave guard. Okay, so on we go. No shooting to be done with my vampire. We've got 6 attacks on 2s.
okay, 4 hits
On 2s. Yeah,
for that.
another 4 attacks on 2s. All of them. And 4 on 2s. No 1, so 8 are dead. And I think it's more.
Completely wiped out.
Okay, I'm allowed to reform. And I reform facing your sorceress.
Genji, jump into the building. Okay. And that's the end of your 4th turn.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the 5th turn. Finally, almost at the end of the battle, my cold ones successfully charged into the zombie horde. Maybe it's not a good idea, but we'll see. My sauce.
If you roll bad, you might really lose because I've got rank bonus.
Okay, let's check my sorceress. She had nowhere to run. We were not sure how it works. You can go into the building, but then you can.
Into the room.
I think
yeah,
with
I would have
I
followed
think 10
her.
models can you fight, but it was too complicated, so I just turned to face the enemy, maybe vaporizing them into the magic phase, and the bolt throw remained where it is.
So magic
Okay,
first.
speaking of magic phase, maybe she could even. She went towards the enemy because maybe if she miscasts, then maybe she can take some enemies with her. So 8 dice for me.
And I've got
5.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so 8 dice. Then I use Plate Storm with 4 dice against those units. Yeah.
It's the weapon skill check.
So it would be 12, 14 plus 3 is 17.
17. I'll try. And dispel it.
Yeah, it's 17.
Okay.
18, no. Okay. Then finally I used the Doom Bolt against this unit.
I think you've got it.
Yeah.
5, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, 2d6.
2d6. 5.
Strength 5 versus toughness
Toughness
4
4
is
is on 3s.
So 3 guys hit. Strength 5 meaning minus 2.
Minus 2.
So 6 up armor save. 3 times. 3 down.
Yeah. Waiting for the next invocation of Nate.
Okay, then that was the shooting phase, not the magic phase, then onto the shooting phase.
Yeah.
As before, my bow throw on a
I think now it's probably
3
not
plus.
within short range.
48 inches.
Okay.
For 24.
Yeah.
So 3 plus to hit. Yeah. And range 4 versus 4 is 4 to wound. So 3 wounds. Minus 2 because it's armor piercing.
So it's only 3 times on 6s. No, so now 3 are dead. But I don't think I'll need more than the vampire to kill her.
No, that's for sure. But nevertheless, I killed a lot of Graveguard, and I think now we can start with the
combat over there.
Yeah.
We've got 5 cold ones and 5 riders, including a champion probably.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 6 attacks from the riders using their lances with +2.
Yeah. And 3 attacks are on your army commander.
Okay.
From the champion and the...
And I've got a weapon.
Okay, let's start with the knights on your Necromancer.
I've got a weapon skill of 3, so you will hit
5
on 3s. 3 of them.
Yeah.
3 hits. I've got toughness 4, and you've got 6 or 5 probably.
6.
6. Okay, so it's on 2s, 3 times on 2s. Ooh, all of
6s.
them. And I don't have armor, but I've got a talisman of preservation.
So 3 times. But I think he's got 3 wounds.
I think
because
on
he's a
4s.
Necromancer.
Yeah.
Right,
1
so
wound.
Okay, 1 wound for the Necromancer. And then 3 hits into the zombies. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, so 2 zombies down.
Yeah.
And finally, my
I've got your beasts, 5 cold
cold
ones.
ones, but I don't know what for initiative.
My army commander has got an initiative of 3.
Okay, then he strikes next.
And I've got 1 attack.
Zombies have 1 maybe.
1 attack, 5. Oh, 5 is great. Strength toughness. It's 3 versus 4. 3, okay, on 4s. Oh,
What do you
did a 4.
Yeah.
And now you've got a 2 plus probably armor save. 1. Oh, 1. Ah. That's great.
Incredible. Incredible.
So you've done 3 wounds so far, and I've done 2. Okay, but you've got your beasts left.
Okay,
and
so
I've got my
2 beasts onto the unit and 2 onto the sorcerer.
Yeah.
So they have 2 attacks, so 4 against zombies, but only a weapon skill of 3, but against 1 it's a 3 plus.
I've got a weapon skill of...
So 3 hits and 3 more zombies down.
Okay. And my army commander has got a weapon skill of 3 as well. So these are only on 4s. Okay, 3 of them.
Strength 4 versus toughness 4.
Toughness
maybe.
4, yeah, it's on 4s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Would be sufficient. Oh, 1 more wound. Okay, then your zombies can strike back.
Now I've got 11.
11.
No, I've
9.
got my... Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And...
hitting on 5s.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, maybe a second one will die. Okay.
Do you have to roll against the toughness of the cold one or the knight?
Of the knight.
Sure.
Are they monstrous?
Cavalry.
Monstrous cavalry? No,
Normal
I think
cavalry.
then it's on.
Maybe onto the
If they are monstrous cavalry, I know in case of the demigryphs, you have to roll against the toughness of the demigryphs. But I don't know in case of normal mounts. Normally, if you take the vampire, his horse doesn't count.
Okay, then let's play the same for the cold ones. Okay, then it's only toughness 3.
Okay, so I've got 3
on 4s.
on 4s.
So 3.
3 of them, and you've got
3 armor saves.
2 plus armor saves. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've caused 1 wound, you've caused 6 wounds, and you've...
No, I caused
4 plus 2.
5.
Okay, so it's 7.
7
And you've charged.
8 have a banner 9.
Yeah. And I've 1
9
plus 3.
4. So 5 more are down.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of my 5th turn.
We're back after my 5th movement phase. The vampire included in the Graveguard finally came face to face with the Dark Elf sorceress, and they remained in deadly close combat. Probably my army commander is probably going to die, but this doesn't matter as long as the vampire is alive. Okay,
Magic
so
dice.
I've got 3 and 1, and I'll try. No. So I've got 4 dice. The first 2 dice will be, I think, Gaze of Nagash.
I think you can't do it because you can't use it in close combat because it's a shooting spell.
And the other one,
The
Curse of the Years.
You can do because it's a curse spell.
Then I'll.
But let's check it. No, you can't use it on units in close combat, but the Curse of Years you can use.
Okay, I'll do Curse of the Years with 4 dice, maybe resulting in a miscast, and then they might suffer in case of a miscast. Let's see. Oopsie! So
Okay,
let's roll. Which kind of
no,
miscast?
it's a successfully cast.
Oh,
So
and
you
I get one.
so
Okay. It's the important one.
Or you can remove 1 wound from your sorcerer, from Necromancer, instead of.
Okay, let's do this one.
Do you have to put? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what does the spell? You have to roll, I think, for 6s for each member of the squad.
Yeah.
For Curse of Years. For each 6, one is dead. No.
Nobody's
But
dead.
it's
But
cast
next
successfully.
time they are dead on 5s.
Curse of Years.
In my 6th turn.
And now on to the interesting part, the miscast table. So, Marcus?
Mm-hmm. The next needed. Oh, even in your magic phase, we'll have to roll for them. So probably some other. 2 dice. 2 and 4 is 6, and
Okay.
6. Is it a large mushroom ball? The large one.
3 inches.
Okay, so I got everybody.
Place it over the wizard.
Yeah, so everybody's touched except for the last.
He
Let's
can't
say
roll
2.
for attention, sir. He can't roll for it, the wizard. Okay. Each model receives a strength 10 hit.
Okay, for your, and they won't have any armor left.
They're all beneath
Yeah.
the template? Okay.
For you 4, no 1, so all of them are dead technically.
Curse of Years is.
Yeah, very effective. Now 19, the last 2 weren't. Now 19 zombies and my army commander. The army commander strength 10, strength toughness 2+. Yep, he's got a 2nd wound.
Good that you
Yeah.
get it back for your first spell.
But he could have rolled his Talisman of Preservation. And now we've got 19 times the zombies. First 5 are dead. Next 5. I'm glad I rolled so many dice.
One survived.
3 survived and now it's only 4.
Okay, 3 zombies survived and the
Army commander.
army commander.
So this is a nice one. I'd like to keep this one and everybody else. Yeah. So, okay, I'm free. Come on, boys.
No, 3 survived. in total.
Let's do some invocation of Nahek, and we are back
Okay.
up to
that
full
was
strength.
your 5th turn.
Yeah.
Okay, then on to my last turn. Oh no, we have to make the hand count.
Okay. Let's do the vampire first. And the vampire has got I need one more. Or I re-roll one of them. So 5 attacks and the last one. So 1. So 5 on 2s. No 1. So you've got 5 wounds. And she's gone. Yeah. And I reform facing your repeater bolt thrower.
Okay. Last turn of the Dark Elves. In fact, not so many units are left. Only one bolt thrower, which tries his luck and shoots at the zombie regiment with 6 bolts. Would be suffice if all hit and wound. So to hit 3 plus because they are within 24 inches of range. Ooh, 3 miss, so I can't kill the Necromancer. So
Strength toughness on
3,
3.
4, 3, so 2 zombies down.
It will take several invocations of Neg to get them back.
But I can't dispel any.
Yeah.
Maybe you won't risk it in the last round to cast another miscast. Okay, that's the end of my fixed turn. Okay guys, that's the end of the battle. In the last turn, Marcus even managed to charge successfully the bolt thrower and therefore they are killed obviously by the vampire. So congratulations Marcus, you tabled me completely in the 6th turn. So no more Dark Elves left.
It was your army.
Yeah, to be honest, not much vampire counts left either. But I think once again the Graveguard proved unstoppable. With a bit of luck, maybe I could have killed the Necromancer. But I think the cold ones, they are really expensive. The unit and they don't hit so hard because they're only 5 attacks.
They only, regarding their point cost, they only attacked once, doing some damage to a really cheap regiment.
And they cost 185 points, so maybe it would be wiser to
bless you, to include the Corsairs.
Maybe for 15 Corsairs.
How many Corsairs would you get for them?
20 Corsairs cost 250, but including full command, so I think 12, 13, 14 Corsairs. But maybe they are even better because they have their Sea Dragon cloaks.
And the Witches and Executioners, which we used, or who we used first today, were really unlucky because they were hit by the vampire. I think they are great units. If I imagine the Witches hitting the Skaven or the Gretchen, they cause
havoc.
Yeah,
but
20
as every
models in one shot.
Unit, they can't take any damage in return. If you hit them with a lot of units because of their low toughness, maybe I don't know, but I don't think that the Dark Elves can choose from the Lore of Beasts, and maybe with Wizard's Wild Form, if they gain 1 strength and 1 toughness, then it would be another
especially matter. The Executioners wearing heavy armor, then toughness 4, strength 6 or 7.
Yeah. Maybe if you give them an appropriate banner, I don't know if there is some magical banner which improves their toughness characteristic. But that would. But so this battle, I really want to bring in those 2 units because I've never played them before, the Witch Elves and the Executioners. And as Marcus said, I think if not the Vampire, I think it would be rather equal against the Graveguard. I think they killed 5 or 6 Executioner, but in return gained 5 losses. So.
And they were less when the fight started, because I had 20 Graveguard and you only had 15 of the Executioners who had already been decimated by the Vampire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think as ever the Sorceress was very potent with her spells. I think she killed almost countless zombies and Graveguard with her Doombolt and her Blade Wind. And she never rolled a miscast.
I'm really looking forward to seeing them once more in the last 5 1000 point battles, because vampires will be seen against ogres and the Dark Elves against Britonia and the Wood Elves. Okay, something I'm really looking forward to.
Okay, hope you enjoyed the battle and hopefully we didn't play too much things wrong. But if so, please feel free to comment and correct our faults. And see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.